It's the heat in the Temple Challenge Cup, Oxford Brookes University A against the University of California from San Diego. And this is going to be a fantastic event, the whole of the Temple Challenge Cup for University College 8s. And I think it'd be good to see someone take a real challenge to Oxford Brookes University, and it looks like that's exactly what the University of California at San Diego are doing.
Yeah, I think they know that if they've lined up against Oxford Brookes, they're going to have to come out and start with some force and some meaning. And I think they have a little bit of steering again, but I think that, you know, that's dealt with well, and both crews racing hard at the start, as you'd expect. Yeah,
looking at Gabriel Lane in the bow seat of that crew from University of California, sitting slightly upright, trying to make sure the strokes keep going in on the near side in front of us. And Oxford Brookes looking to just look a bit longer and just eke out a little bit more per stroke. And it looks like they're just moving now as the crews are settling into their pace and taking a decent margin every stroke.
I suppose part and parcel of being part of this Oxford Brookes crew is that there comes a certain pressure and a certain expectation. So getting off the start cleanly is something which they're going to be just actually a bit relieved about sometimes. Sometimes that expectation can lead to nerves and possibly mistakes. So now they're out, they're rowing well, and that's going to be good for their confidence.
So I think Oxford Brookes are looking in the sort of form that they're going to be able to stretch that lead. And as we see it coming down now, past that halfway mark for Lee, you can see the Oxford Brookes crew really are showing their class. Oxford Brookes, the holders of this event, having won the last 2 years. If you like, really, this crew is just part of that production line from Oxford Brookes. They won Championship 8s at the Brookes Regatta, were second at Ratzeburg Regatta, behind their own crew, which is racing here in the Ladies' Plate. And they've also recorded a fantastically fast time for any crew eligible for this event of 5:33 on a 6-lane 2,000-metre course.
Yeah, seriously impressive. And when you look at the rowers and look at the crew as a whole, you can see why. I think the discipline of this crew it just really shows through. The leg drive, the timing of the leg drive is fantastic. You have to break it down into slow motion really to see any difference between any of the 8 members of the crew.
I think there's a confidence about the crew as well. The Stern pair, both raced in the Junior World Championships. Listen to the highlights. Matt Rowe in the 7-seat highlight goes to the Junior World Championships in 2016 in the Coxed 4 with 4 of his very best mates, and enjoying racing and the experience you get with going overseas in this sort of competition. The stroke man, Harry Bloys-Brooke, has had a fantastic junior career, he says, but he wants it to keep getting better, and he's decided the international rowing scene is something he wants to take on yet more.
But hopefully the supporters out in America are going to be watching this with pride, because, you know, the likes of Sean Callahan, he says his career highlight so far has been this. It's racing at this regatta. And it just shows what it means to all these rowers, that getting here and getting a place and rowing down this historic course is so important, and it's going to be their highlight so far.
And they've got a tough draw coming up against the Oxford Brookes crew. As we say, such a good programme that Henry Belhage-Webb has going on there, and they've been so successful, and I think they'll be preparing themselves for a very good regatta, a very good week here at Henley, and this is a good way to start for their A crew in the Temple Challenge Cup.
Yeah, I'm sure as the California crew, when you see a draw like that, you know what's expected in this race, and you just have to relish it. And I think it's important that they will all have remembered this morning that this is, okay, it's a big day and it's an important race, but it's got to be that pride there of what they're doing and what they've achieved to get here, and how tough their draw is to be racing against Oxford Brookes on day one.
Yeah, we can see the crew from University of California, San Diego to the right. They're certainly not giving it up. They're certainly not going to let Oxford Brookes have it as easily as they possibly could. They're racing the whole way. They're going to have pride in how they've competed and how they've raced here at Henley Royal Regatta 2018.
And hopefully just that experience will mean that, you know, a lot of these rowers will come back in future years and have that Henley experience, and every time you race at a course like this, you race it that little bit better, I'm sure.
And you see Gavin McWilliams there in the coxing seat of the Oxford Brookes crew. Take a little look over his shoulders. You can see good synchronised rowing in front of him. He claims to be a synchronised swimmer himself. And as they come through the line, they take a good solid win and a good first step. They'll be racing potentially all 5 days if they can go all the way. So they want to conserve their energy in these early days as they cross the line, and see the crew from University of California, San Diego cross the line in second place. They come through the line. Plenty of respect between the crews. The Oxford Brookes have delivered their 3 cheers, and now the crew confirmed the win in the tempo for Oxford Brookes A over the University of California, San Diego.